Mistakenly called the cops on my 27F boyfriend 29M when he had planned a surprise proposal. Now things between us are strained. Am I able to fix this? We have been together for 7 years. We moved in together after 2 weeks, adopted a dog and a couple of cats, opened a joint bank account, met each other's families, merged our friends into one tribe. It has been 7 really good years. I'm happy. I am not one of those people that need to be married. I don't need a ring, a ceremony, a piece of paper to commit my life to the one person I love beyond all others. I am his wholly and completely. That isn't to say I'm against marriage, because I'm not. But getting a ring on my finger is not a priority for me. When I have thought about it, I imagine a small wedding with our parents, maybe our siblings, and the officiant. Barefoot on the beach, no fuss, nothing elaborate, something simple that we could throw together ourselves. Then off to a place we could relax, eat and drink without the formalities. If I had a dream wedding, it would be that or something similar.
Back in July, my boyfriend was acting cagey. I knew he was up to something and trying to hide it. He is no good at trying to keep something under wraps. He's one of those people that, even though they don't say anything, act like they have a secret. I wasn't worried about his secret because I knew he would tell me eventually. I was thinking he was going to surprise me with a weekend getaway because I had been working long hours for a couple of months, and that's the kind of thing he does. One night I arrived home from work and his car wasn't in the drive, the house was dark, and the front door wide open. I sat in the street watching the house for a couple of minutes. There was no movement, no lights in the windows, nothing. I called my boyfriend 4 times. No answer. That wasn't like him. 1 missed call? Sure. 4 missed calls? No. So I called the cops. I was still on the phone with emergency services when they arrived. They came over to me, I gave them a rundown on what I knew, which was nothing, and they went into the house. A few minutes later, one of them came out and asked me to go in with them. They lead me through the house to the back patio. I had flipped the lights on as I entered and saw that a trail of rose petals took us right out the back, where my boyfriend, wearing a tux and handcuffs, was sitting at our patio table that was set beautifully for dinner. It goes without saying that the surprise proposal was ruined. It has been about 7 weeks since. Things are not good between us. It was a simple misunderstanding on my part. My boyfriend thinks I called the cops because I knew he was going to propose. He thinks that I don't want to marry him, but instead of saying that, I found a way to make sure I wouldn't have to. We have discussed us getting married exactly once, and that was in our first year of being together. I remember the conversation word for word because it was only a handful words. Him. Would you wear my ring? Me. Yeah. Him. When? Me. Surprise me. That was the extent of our discussion about marriage. I don't know how I was supposed to know he was going to ask 5 weeks ago from a half-assed conversation from some 6 years ago. I know I hurt him, and I've apologized for doing so. He refuses to see how it came about that I called the cops. He went to his parents that night because he was upset, then came home an hour later because they thought it was hilarious. Everyone he tells thinks it's funny. He is the one telling people. Before this post, I had not said anything to anyone because I know it upsets him. I don't know what else to do. He doesn't believe me that it was a huge misunderstanding. Am I missing something? Did I break trust or harm him in some way that I'm just not getting? How do I approach this so I can fix it? At this point, I'm thinking of proposing to him so we can move on from this.